morning, Monday, the 30th of April, 2018. Welcome along to this morning's very, very early United Kingdom talk. I think this is the earliest time I've ever been with you. As long as you don't include the sort of late night ones, which have happened sort of about, I think we did one about 1 o'clock in the morning. Oh, my chair's foot. Just a minute. What's happened? I've got a bit of wood under my chair and it's moved. And that means every time I go forward, the blooming chair will fall off the wood. Just a minute now. Don't do that. This don't happen at the BBC News, does it? Hang on a minute. I've got to move the bit of wood now. That's better. Here we are. Because if I don't do that, every time I lean forward, I'll fall off. Anyway, that's better. Oh, thank the Lord for that. Oh, otherwise, I'd be on and off this blooming chair all day long. Yes, as long as you don't include the ones where we've done ones at sort of 1 in the morning. I think this is the early. We are almost a breakfast show, aren't we? Almost a breakfast show. Well, of course we are in some parts of the world, you know, where they're just peering open their eyes. Some of the people that watch in America, New York, and places like that. It's like 5 o'clock. It's just coming up to 5 o'clock in the morning there. Oh, they get up early in New York. Have you ever been? Who's been to New York? Anyone? Me? Yes. Doesn't matter what time you step your foot out the door, there's hundreds of millions of people everywhere, running around like little bees. Bzzz, bees. That's what they are. Last night, and it's the other thing is funny. You know, sometimes I can come up here, right? And I'm searching around. I can't think what to write on my bit of paper to talk about. And I'm looking at news stories. And I'm like, oh, well, that's not good. Because, you know, I like to keep it fairly light-hearted. I don't really do... Sometimes we touch on a little serious thing like that poor little baby Alfie who died just a couple of days ago. We did that, didn't we? Sometimes we touch on a serious story, but generally light-hearted. Even the serious stories, I try to keep light-hearted, which often offends people, which I'm pleased about. You know, I've got an idea in my head that people who are permanently offended are actually stupid. They're actually so stupid that they don't get the joke. And I want you to feel the same way about these people from now on, boys and girls. From now on, boys and girls, if someone is offended by anything you've said, you just let yourself know, actually, they're not offended, they're stupid because they don't get anything. They're actually a bit thick. I've definitely come to that conclusion. If you don't get something, they're thick. Okay? Unless, of course, you haven't learnt English yet, in which case it will come. Don't worry. Don't be offended by anything anyone does until you've learnt the language all right. And incidentally, if you're watching on any of the Learn English website groups, a very good morning to you as well. Welcome to our little show, okay? Let's say hello to some early people this morning. Good morning to Gustav. Good morning, who says, am I first this morning? Yes, you are. For the first time, Gustav, you are first. I think, actually, Gustav, you're first. We've actually thrown a few people tonight, this morning, because we've started even before 9 o'clock. People have been thrown. People will not have expected an early show like this. Why? I just woke up early. 7:30. 7:30 I woke up and I was tossing and turning in the bed, and I just could not wake up, Gustav. I just could not get back to sleep, so I put on the telly, watched a few moments of BBC Breakfast. He had the tall blonde bloke on there today doing the business live. I quite like him. He's quite believable. They were talking about the new Asda Sainsbury's merger, which is happening now. And interestingly enough, they had, I think, a spokesman from Sains. You see, will there be one of them become dominant? This is what I can't work out. So generally, if two companies merge, they take one name, don't they? Now, sometimes I think to please the other one before they merge, they keep their individual names, and that carries on for a while, but eventually one takes over the other. Take, for example, Sky and BSB. Do you remember Sky and BSB? Sky, of course, is the satellite people. BSB were also another television satellite people that were in the 1980s. They didn't last very long, a few months, and they were taken over by Sky, which became Sky B. And that stayed for a while. Eventually, the two Bs were dropped, and it was once again just Sky. You know, one large company, Sky. And I wonder if Sainsbury's and Asda, the same thing will happen there. Because I hope that Asda become the dominant thing there. Because their prices are cheaper and there does seem to be more stuff in there. I've never been a fan of Sainsbury's, as you well know. I can't stand the customers and I can't stand the staff in there. They're just awful, boring people. Boring, no personality, permanently offended people going to Sainsbury's. I hate it. So I'm hoping it's going to become Asda. Anyway, this bloke on the telly this morning was saying there won't be any store closures or any staff become unemployed. So that's good, isn't it? You know, for the people that work there. I wonder what's the better one to work for, whether it's Asda or Sainsbury's. You always got someone looking over your shoulder. Oh, how many tins of beans did you put on there? Well, we've done a survey and it says you should have been able to put up 20 tins of beans in that time and you've only put 18 up. Can you tell us why that is? Oh, bean counters, dear. Bean counters. Actually, people who think they're much more important than they really are, darling. You just work in a shop in control of some other people. What about the poor staff clearing it? And the old bag who's on the self-service checkout, you know, one person for 20 checkouts. Bleep, bleep, bleep. And a little red light starts flashing. You sit there and you wait and she's dealing with someone else. And then she finished dealing with someone else on the self-service who's having a problem, you know, on the self-service checkout. You know, well, boop, there is an undisclosed item in the checkout area. Please remove this item and try again. You get that, don't you, on there? Or in Morrison's, it's different in Morrison's. It goes, beep, there is a surprising item. It does, honestly, in Morrison's. There is a surprising item in the checkout area. Please remove the surprised item. That is absolutely true. Go in Morrison's and try out the self-service checkout. It's much more exciting. It uses different words. Anyway, so she's been serving one person there, won't she? And you're waiting, your red light's flashing because your machine's got stuck. You know, it hasn't recognised either that you've put something in there or it's recognised you've put something in there and you haven't. And so the light's flashing away and you're watching her, she's dealing with someone and then she finishes, she gets up, looks around, here she comes. And she goes to someone else. Then she goes to someone else and you're still standing there. Oh, I hate the self-service checkouts. You got one old bag or one old bloke on there who's trying to deal with everything at the same time. And they never smile. The ones in Sainsbury's, they never, ever smile at you. Miserable. Miserable. There's a few little witches working in there, dear. Anyway, good morning, Gustav. He wants to know, what do I win for being first? Well, fortunately, not me. Fortunately for me, that is. Fortunately for me, you haven't won me. Although I know you'd like to. I think you'd like to turn up at my house in one of your very strange outfits that you buy from where is it? Vivian Westwood or someone like that. Is she dyeing her hair orange still? What's all that about? Huh? There is no prize, Gustav. It's a bit like winning an award on the television or something like that. You know, it's just the stature of actually being first. And today, you are one. You are the one, Gustav. Congratulations. Good morning to Diane Jebb. Morning, Diane. Danny Gibbs is there. Good morning, Danny. Welcome to the show. And Chris Pina Eccles. Good morning, Chris. Good morning, Chris, who also says good morning to Danny. Feel free to talk to each other on here as well. That'd be nice. Good morning to the lovely Tim Partington, who is king of all karaoke in the whole world. Good morning, Tim. Who says, nice early start. Please, a karaoke experience. Can I call it that? Yes. The karaoke experience is coming to South East London on May the 13th, boys and girls. Every Sunday, I have a new karaoke night. Oh, yes. Now, if you weren't with the show yesterday, we did the show last night, you won't know about this. I've done some posters. I stayed up. After I finished the show, I carried on and I was doing some posters. Here's the new poster. Here it is. Hang on a minute. Where is it now? For the new karaoke night in Nunhead. Look how professional that is. Unusual name for a pub, don't you think? It's going to be at the Pyrotechnics. I'm not sure how to exactly say that. The Pyrotechnists at 39 Nunhead Green, London SE15 3QF. It's going to be every Sunday, 6:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. So nice and early. No need to worry about not getting up for work the next morning or anything out like that, because I'm not going to keep you up all night, okay? So once again, it's run by an Irish people. I spoke to the governor yesterday, Dennis. Such a nice man, really nice man. And I said I'll come down next Sunday just to see what it's like and where I can put my stuff and all that. He said, well, make sure you don't eat anything before you come down. I'll shout you a lunch. Oh, wow. When do you get that? When do you get that from anyone? Well, actually, I'll get it at Central Station now and again. It's very kind of them, actually, whoever's in charge. You know, I might be setting up my stuff. Do you want something to eat today, Chris? And a meal comes. Isn't that nice? They don't have to do that. It's just a nice way of treating people. I would do the same. I would absolutely do the same. Whenever I have someone come round here and do a little bit of work on whatever, you know, I always give them a bit of tip. A little bit of a tip, maybe 10 quid, sometimes 20 if they've been really nice. You know, especially if they're good looking. They come around in tight t-shirts and tight jeans and they're likely to get 20 quid. You know, if it's an old bloke about my age, might get a fiver. Possibly a cup of tea. No biscuits because I haven't got biscuits in the house. Can't have those, dear. Not with Slimming World. Can't have biscuits in the house and Slimming World. It's going to be bad enough today. I'll tell you about that later, okay? So thank you very much for that, Tim. Those posters I make, incidentally, let's have another look at one of these. I'm getting quite good at doing these. They're actually, once you get to know what you're doing, they're fairly easy to do. Now, this is not a program that I've purchased or downloaded. If you go onto the Google and just type in something like make poster, you'll come up with various different poster companies, and you literally drag and drop things onto the sort of pretend piece of paper, virtual, isn't it? Onto the virtual piece of paper, and you adjust them and you change the lettering and the colours and all that. And it's actually it's not a quick thing. I don't find it a quick thing. I suppose you could knock one out very quickly. You know, if you wanted to, lads, you could probably knock one out, you know, really quickly if you put the certain films on. But you do all these different things on it, and then you save it, download it onto your computer, and also you can order the poster that you've just designed. And I've just ordered some of those for the pub. And I think for some of the shops around the pub as well. Now, when I say 6:30 to 9:30, that is the time that we're going to do it. If it's busy enough, we might carry on a bit longer. Okay, so we might go a little bit later on into the night. But 6:30 is a lovely time, I think. I think that's an excellent time to do a Sunday karaoke. I've always wanted to do a Sunday afternoon karaoke with dinner. I've always liked the idea. I've never had that before, you know, sort of. So you would start the karaoke 1 o'clock in the afternoon and go till about 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and people would be able to have their dinner and sing at the same time. Well, not exactly, you know, obviously, if you've got a mouthful of roast dinner, and all this dinner would be all over people, wouldn't it? Wouldn't that be disgusting, dear? Be awful. It's bad enough at church eating a Holy Communion and trying to sing hymns at the same time. You know, I just about can do that. So really looking forward to that. And as I say, those posters are reasonably easy to do. I've done some others here. There's one here, for example, for the Monday night, which I've done a while ago, you see. Look, they're so different, all done by the same system. And you can also find sites that allow you to make Facebook... what are they called? Not Facebook banners. The thing at the top of the Facebook cover pictures. So you know you've got your Facebook, you've got your little picture, your profile picture in the corner. That big picture along there, that is a Facebook cover. And you can do that as well. Here's one I did. That's a very simple one. So I literally dragged the large poster into 4 little bits and made that one. That goes right across. And I did this one last night as well, you see. You'll notice in the bottom left-hand corner, that is blank. There's no pictures there. That is because generally that's round about where your profile picture would appear. So if you put anything under that, obviously often it can't be seen. So that's the one I did last night. And this is all free to do. I just grabbed a couple of pictures off the Pyrotechnics Facebook page there and put them on, and a little bit of lettering there. And it's actually quite easy to do once you've done a few of those. But it's not. I don't find it a quick thing. You know, it's time consuming. It probably took me 20 minutes, half an hour to do something like that. Because you've got to get everything quite right. You know what I mean? Hello to Wing Soplep. Welcome along to the show, Wing. Danny says, wait, walking to mum's for some breakfast after a night shift. Have you been on all night then? Oh, dear. Up all night. Up all night. Good morning to ma'am. Morning, ma'am. Chris says, I get offended by all sorts of stuff all the time, but that's just my short temper. You haven't got a short temper, Chris. Surely not, dear. Surely not. You want to have a couple of tablets to calm you down. I think we used to do that, didn't we? We had a couple of tablets to calm us down. Thank you, Tim. Tim is my head of advertising tonight. He's just letting you know I'm doing a music and chat show directly after this at 10 o'clock at reachonair.com. That's why I'm early on a Monday. You'll always get an earlier show, although often not as early as this has been. But you'll often get an earlier show on a Monday because I have to be off by about 20 past 10 just to sort out my music and chat show, which you can join us at 10 o'clock. Reachonair.com is the online place. All right. Tim was on one of the BSB stations back in 1991, the Power Station. Yes, if I'm right in remembering, that was the music channel, wasn't it, on BSB? This is... Let me think. What were the channels? There was the Power Station. It was like a square that had been turned like that. The BSB emblem, wasn't it? Oh, there was Galaxy. Galaxy Movies. Oh, I can't remember the name of the other channel. The Galaxy channel was like the main entertainment channel, wasn't it? Like BBC One or Sky One or ITV was Galaxy, wasn't it? Thank you. Danny said, I think the business with the biggest problem of its share in the last financial year, that's the name they keep. Well, I hope it's going to be more Asda than Sainsbury's. I really do. Tim prefers Asda. Sainsbury's lunch deals are crap. Oh, I don't know about these lunch deals anyway, Tim. I'm always surprised at what people now accept as a lunch. When I was a kid, you know, a sandwich, well, that's a snack. It's not a lunch. How is it a meal deal? A sandwich, a bag of crisps and a can of drink. That's not a meal. That's a snack. How is that a lunch? I don't get it. Actually, I was around my mate's house last night, Danny, and his other half went out and he come back and he says, oh, I bought some lunch and bought in this pre-packed sandwich. And I'm like, oh, what's that? That's our lunch. Huh? What, a pre-packed sandwich? That's your lunch? No. That's not a lunch, that's a snack. They didn't even make it themselves. So they would have spent, I don't know, £7 or £8 on 2 sandwiches. You can have an whole loaf of bread for less than £1 at Aldi. Off their heads, people. People are off there. They could have had a whole cooked meal. Beans on toast. Beans on toast for like £2.50 for 2 people. No, pre-packaged sandwich and a little bit of plastic. Oh, ghastly, dear. It's not a lunch, is it? Ghastly. Let's have a look. It's an old school reunion. Oh, it certainly is. We like an old school reunion, don't we? Let's have a look. Thank you, Tim. I'm glad you like that, the poster there. And he thinks he's been to the pub before. You could well have been, because Dennis was telling me, who's the owner of the pub. Dennis was telling me they did do karaoke there some time ago. I think a few years ago. Okay, and I think they did an open mic there as well. So yes, you could well have been there some time ago. Thank you very much, Gustav, who's wishing us luck with the new karaoke. Don't ruin it by being homophobic. I'll try not to do that. No, that was the King's Head Theatre Bar. That's the complaint there. I'm still there, by the way, don't worry. I do a quiz night as well. That's at the King's Head Theatre Bar on Wednesday night. That's a good laugh. Oh, my God, that is such a laugh. That is a laugh. Come along Wednesday, 8:30 p.m, King's Head Theatre Bar, Upper Street in Islington for our quiz night, okay? Danny's quite right. Gone are the days when you took your own teapot and cup to gigs. Yes, I did. I used to take a flask of tea in. I used to take a flask of tea to work, especially when it was like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. Not anymore, mate. No, I won't work past 12 at night. Absolute latest time, 12 o'clock at night. 12 o'clock at night, okay? It's funny with the how the karaoke things work. It really is. I was chasing after. There was about 3 or 4. Let me think. 1, 2, 3, 4. There were 4 jobs that I was chasing around afterwards, and I was convinced I had 2 of them. Absolutely convinced I had 2 of them, and that all 4 didn't happen. And then this one just came from nowhere the other week. It literally get a Facebook message came through. Have you got any availability to do a karaoke night? And they just come from nowhere. It's funny, isn't it? Funny how that happens. So that'll give me 5 nights work a week. I can cope with 2 nights off. I can't cope with 3 nights off. I can't. Twiddling my fingers. What shall I do now? I don't know what to do. Oh, let's watch another programme on the telly. Another programme on the telly. And then it comes to bedtime. I go to bed and I can't sleep because I haven't done anything. Actually, what does help me sleep is if I've done a show first. Because while you're doing this, you're all like G'd up. Not actually G'd up, for those of you who know what that is. I'm not injecting myself yet. Oh, dear. They do lunchtime karaokes in Liverpool and Blackpool, apparently. Oh, is that right? Oh, I'm sure there would be an interest in that in London. If we could find somewhere to do a karaoke afternoon. Now, they used to do one in Peckham. Now, where was that? Would it be the Greyhound? The Greyhound? Or there was one on the corner in Peckham. I believe I don't know if it's still there now or not. Run by a lady, the lady who run the pub. No, I didn't do it there. Called Linda. And it was right on the corner, bus station. And then there was a corner. There was a pub there. I knew the pub because my nan used to live opposite it and she used to go in there. I think they did a lunchtime one as well, but I don't think there is a lunchtime one in London at the moment, is there? Good morning to Mr. Ray Reynolds. Good morning, Ray. Hope you're well this morning. We're very, very early this morning. And Nathan Stocks, who's recently become a friend of mine here on Facebook. Good morning, Nathan, who's thinking of entering Drag Idol. He wants to try. A lot of people are telling him to do a drag queen thing. I think he should. Well, you got to lose nothing. Got to try everything once. Everything once. Good morning, Vincent. Morning, Vincent. Haven't seen you for a while. Hope you'll be joining us in South East London. That's your neck of the wood, isn't it? Nunhead. Sunday night, not next Sunday, but from the Sunday after, okay? 13th of May, Vincent. Be nice to see you down there. Maybe we can get the girls down there as well. I haven't told them yet where that one is. Morning to Russ Vernon. Morning, Adrian. Thank you. Tim's just letting us know the old BSB channels were the movie channel, the sports channel, the power station, which was indeed the music channel, and Galaxy, which then became Sky News. The power station became Sky Movies. Okay. The sports channel became, surprise, surprise, Sky Sports, tennis, F1, and there's all sports. I'm glad I don't watch sports on the telly. My God, some of you people who have got sports channels and all that, how much do you pay for all these channels? Of course, Tim, I know you're younger than me, but I think when you was a boy, all this stuff was free. It just came on the BBC or ITV. It was all free. Never had to pay for anything. Now you've got to pay. Is it like sometimes it's like 25 quid to watch one boxing match on the telly? You know, and depending who's fighting, I quite like that Joshua bloke. You know the mixed race guy? Joshua. Oh, I quite like him, dear. Oh, I had to lay down the last time I was watching him box someone's head off. But depending on who's doing the fighting, that £25 may only last 10 seconds. Boosh! Down. Must be quite good to be able to do that to someone, mustn't it? If they get on your nerve. Boosh! Gone down. That's it. Oh, I can hear the Liberals now. Oh, you shouldn't be nasty like that. You shouldn't hit people. Oh, dear. On. Good morning to Karaoke. Morning, Gary. The Clayton Arms. Thank you, Vincent. That was the one in Peckham. The Clayton Arms was the one on the corner. Thank you. Excellent. On Peckham. And I went in there. It was about a job, actually. And I think she rang me after about a week of me going in there and meeting her. Linda, this is. And like 2 days before, another job had come, so I took that. So I ended up not being able to do that one. But my nan used to drink in the Clayton Arms. She'd go in, and I said, did my nan used to come in here? What was her name? Linda. She lived over there. Oh, yeah, she did. She did. Yeah, so I remember that place there. Thank you. There was a channel called Now on BSB. I don't remember that one. Don't remember Now. No, don't remember that one. And it was the Greyhound. Still do karaoke on weekend nights. Thank you very much for that, Tim. Good. So they're my karaoke posters. I'd like to say just thank you to Johnny Key. I don't know if he's watching, but he gave us a load of news stories to read out. Johnny often brings in news stories. He comes along sometimes to Central Station where we are tonight, boys and girls. Tonight karaoke. Monday night karaoke tonight at Central Station. Wharfdale Road, King's Cross, every Monday with cheap drinks from 8 till 11:30. Okay, over on YouTube. Who's on YouTube? Good morning to Paul Mosley in Birmingham. Claire's there. Good morning, Claire. She's a lovely singer. Claire, did you do? I can't remember now. Did you do Young Hearts Run Free once? That's one of my favourite songs of all time. I do like a bit of disco. Do like nice words with a lovely rhythm, a lovely tune, and lovely words. Young Hearts Run Free. Perhaps I should try that one. What do you think? Shall I try Young Hearts Run Free? I'd like you to do that one. Paul says, I've foxed all of us YouTubers today. I'm the only one here. Do I get a prize? There's no prizes, I'm afraid. And there's no prizes. We can't afford to give away prizes, dear. Left, right and centre. I've just had to buy my mate's birthday present. Yes. Which I've got to go into town later and collect. Well, not the actual present. I've got to go and collect something else later. I can't say what it is in case he's secretly watching. He may be on YouTube. I can't see who's watching on YouTube. I don't know who's watching on YouTube. I don't really know who's watching on Facebook either, unless I start going through names, and I haven't got time to do that and talk at the same time. People are often surprised. Sometimes you miss out little bits and pieces, because sometimes, not today, but sometimes there's so many messages coming through, and people are often offended. Oh, but you didn't read out my message. Well, was it interesting? Was it interesting to people? If it wasn't interesting, that's probably why I missed it. And you can't possibly do everything at the same time. And I say, you try talking, working a computer, and reading messages all at the same time. Very, very difficult. Very difficult. There's no money, no prizes. What's the point? Who cares? Exactly. There is no money and no prizes. I don't care that you've won nothing. Nothing at all. There's nothing. There's nothing. Nunhead is in Southeast 15. I would imagine that's very close to... It's next to Peckham. It's right next to Peckham. There's no tube, I'm afraid. There is a Thames link, Nunhead, Nunhead, and there's 2 buses as well. I can't remember what the buses are. Don't know if that's near you or not, Claire. Yeah, if you're at Sunday lunch karaoke, I would like to do a Sunday lunch karaoke. I probably couldn't take one now because I'm going down into this other place, but at some point it would be nice. Don't have too many sprouts. The stage would stink. Yeah, that's the point, isn't it? Oh, sprouts. I have a terrible wind problem. It's all the time. It's all the time. I've already been to the doctors. Well, I haven't been to the doctors. I had a telephone appointment. And he told me to take peppermint capsules and see what happens. Well, I've tried those. Nothing's happening there, dear. Except it tingles a bit when it comes out. Talking of toilet type things, do you know what? About 6 months ago, I bought a so-called year's supply of toilet rolls off voucher.co.uk, where it's so much cheaper. Well, I'm sorry, lovey, they're nearly gone. How is that a year's supply? And presumably that wouldn't be for one person. There's only me here. That can't have been a year's supply, can it? I might write to them. That's advertising lies, that is. I can get them done at the Trade-in Standards people. You advertised a year's worth of toilet paper. Well, it hasn't lasted me a year. How awful. Dear. Let's have a look. Oh, you're talking to each other on there, are you? Hello, Joanna. Welcome to the show, Joanna. Claire's teetotal like Chris as well, but a lot of drink gets downed in that place. Oh, in Central Station on a Friday. Oh, they do get a little bit drunk in there on a Friday, don't they? We have a great time in Central Station. 31 singers last week. Last Friday, we had 31 singers on a Friday. Unfortunately, that means everyone's waiting. Like, no one sung more than twice. I think one or two people sung 3 times who were there right at the beginning of the night at 8:30. Sometimes people go home because they don't think they're going to sing again. And then that happened to DJ Chris, actually, last Friday. He doesn't know that, though. He doesn't know. His name came up again right towards the end, but he'd gone because he thought he weren't going to sing again. Boxing. Oh, is it a boxing bout? You don't call it a boxing match, a boxing bout. Is that it? Oh, my word. Claire says Nunhead's a 2-hour train journey for me. Yeah, but I'd be worth it, Claire. You know that, love. Is that where you live? Guildford in Surrey? Have you told me that before, Claire? You know where I am, don't you? I'm in Bracknell. Bracknell. Used to go to, when I was a kid, we used to go to a Lido in Guildford. Is it still there? I'm sure it is. Guildford Lido, I remember that. Christ, the last time I went there was about 14 years old. I remember that. Young Hearts Run Free. Yeah, I knew you'd sung that one. I knew that. Paul watches the show for intellectual content. You won't get that now. Thank you. Vincent the Prince. Oh, so that pub is still there, is it? The Clayton Arms is now the Prince of Peckham. I didn't know that. Good morning to Angela Waters, who it's nighttime there in Australia. Angela's in Melbourne. I hope you're recovering from your operation. Thank you, Tim. P12 and 78 buses are the 2 buses that go near the pub that we're going to be doing on Sundays. All right. Okay, now what else have we got here? I was watching a show last night. I have to say, something I've never seen before. Little Big Shots. And this is hosted by the excellent, always friendly Dawn French. Now, Dawn French actually turned up. I don't think she turned up for me, but she appeared at one of my karaoke nights about 1.5 years, 2 years ago. It's actually at the City of Quebec when I was doing that one in central London. And I never recognised celebrities. This is my problem. I'd recognise huge stars. Obviously, if Shirley Bassey or Barry Manilow, someone like that, walked into the pub and sung, they come up. Oh, can I sing a song, please? Yeah, of course you can. And they'd start. Barry might say, "Oh, can I do Can't Stay?" And I'd have to cut him short and say, "Well, you'll have to put a docket in the same as everyone else." Oh, right. And I'd give him a little piece of paper, and he'd probably put Barry Can't Smile Without You. And I'd take the bit of paper. Oh, I'm sorry, Barry. Can you put the first letter of your surname on there as well? What do you mean? Well, there's other Barrys in the system. Could you put another? Well, I'm Barry Manilow. Yeah, well, could you put M? I'd have to be a bit like that, I'm afraid. Everyone treated the same. And then he'd go on the stage. Well, where are you going? Well, I'm going to sing my song. Where's the queue, I'm afraid? If you have a little sit down and I'll call you when you're ready. Oh, right. Would I do that? Because let me tell you, karaoke people can be very funny if they think you've put someone before them. Oh, my God. Or if someone... Now, I'm really careful about giving people exactly the same chance of being on the stage as everyone else. Okay? So if there's 10 people, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So everyone gets the same amount of songs. Now, sometimes people want to do a duet. At my karaoke, that counts as 1 song each. We all work differently, myself and Ben Parker, and I think Wayne as well. We're all great friends. There's no competition there. We're all great friends doing our jobs. Then we all work the same. If you do a duet, that counts as 1 song for you and for someone else. So if you do a duet, you've got to wait until your name comes right away back round again to do your solo. Okay? That is fair to everyone. Now and again, someone has slipped through the net. They might change their name, or, as indeed happened on Friday, it's so busy that it's difficult to keep an eye on everyone. You got to watch people. And then someone came up and said, "Oh, can I sing with her?" And yeah, that's okay, I think. And so they sang. Well, someone was straight over, weren't they? They've already been up. And it's honestly, it's as bad as that. It's as bad. Oh, well, and, by now they're about a third of the way through the song. Oh, what do you want me to do? Take them off stage and whip them in front of everyone? I mean, some people are a bit partial to a little bit of whipping. I know some girls who actually whip people for a living, dear, and make a good amount of money, but that's not what I do. It's too late. So, number one, he shouldn't have come up, or she, I can't remember what it was now. He or she shouldn't have come up the second time so quickly. Number two, I should have noticed that. But I didn't. I made a mistake. What do you want me to do at that point? I've had people leave when that happens. I mean, it's just pathetic sometimes. It's not possible. I mean, look at it this way. Accidentally, someone has come on the stage one more time than everyone else. If you would have been in a hospital, you could have had the wrong leg or lung removed. It's not as bad as that, is it? I seriously had people walk out. Not en masse, one maybe. Walk out, no, well, you shouldn't have done that. One bloke went mad in the Golden Lion. He went absolutely mad, shouting and screaming his head off. Ludicrous. Ludicrous. It's only a bit of fun. And I keep telling people that. It's only a bit of fun. Blame computer glitches. Well, computer don't really go wrong, to be honest, Tim. Oh, I wish I hadn't said that now. Oh, I wish I hadn't said computers don't go wrong. I mean, they go wrong a hell of a lot less. Do you remember you could be on the screen and you'd at least get one blue screen of death on one computer session, wouldn't you? Every single time. That doesn't happen. I don't think I've ever had a blue screen on the computers that I'm using to talk to you this morning. Funny, isn't it? Claire says, I know, Bracknell, my caravan is in storage. Oh, have you got a caravan? What, a static? Have you got a static, Claire? Because you know I love caravans. I love them. I love them. Chris made a mistake. Joanna is very, very surprised that I made a mistake once. Yes, Joanna. Barry M. Can you put that in there? Thanks, Barry. Oh, that M, that looks like a W. Do you mind redoing the bit of paper? Can you imagine it? Or Shirley Bassey. Shirley, she put... Yeah, what do you want to sing? I think I'll do Diamonds Are Forever. Okay, can you write that down on that bit of paper? And she go, pardon? Okay, if you could just write down the song name and Shirley, if you could put Shirley B, so I put you in the system along with... Well, you can't have that many Shirley Basses. Well, I don't really put the surname in, just the B. If you could put Shirley B on there, please. Oh, right, okay. Can you just imagine the faces? Oh, I'm very naughty this morning. Ray Reynolds, Little Big Shots was on last year. One of our young members of the George Formby Society, James Bassett, 14, took part, sang 2 numbers. He also sang for Her Majesty the Queen last week with the rest of us at the Royal Albert Hall. Yes, and this programme I watched, Little Big Shots, as I say, held together with the lovely Dawn French, who did turn up at the City of Quebec. She didn't sing. She was in the corner. As I said, I didn't notice her. Someone said, that's Dawn French over there. I said, Dawn French, where? And they pointed over, and they pointed. I said, don't point. Don't point like that. Just tell me where they are. Oh, okay, they're just sitting in the 3rd cubicle down. Oh, right, okay. So I kind of, just doing my paperwork. I'm trying to look over. And she saw me look, and I waved, and she waved back. I said, do you want to sing? And she said, no, that's all right. Okay, so she didn't sing. But yeah, look, she's a lovely lady, she is, isn't she? She comes across as a really nice person. And I can imagine her being really nice not on the telly as well. Some people are not so nice when they're not doing their thing, they're a little bit... apparently, Cilla Black was a bit like that, apparently. My mate was on a plane once, and she was there in her dark glasses and all this, and went to go over and talk to her or something, and someone came over and says, I'm sorry, Cilla doesn't talk to people when she's on the plane. Oh, right, okay, a bit like that, really. If you see me in Waitrose or Audi or anywhere like that, you want to talk to me, please just feel free to do so. And that's fine by me. Sometimes at work, if I'm certainly at Central Station, people try and have a conversation while you're trying to do all these things at the same time. Not possible, I'm afraid. It's just not possible. If I take my eye off the ball, everything stops. People don't realise that. And they're at the front of the stage trying to have a conversation with you while you're talking in a mic. I had that Friday, actually. I was saying goodnight. Someone's come up onto the stage. I'm saying goodnight, telling people what's going to happen at the weekend. Some bodies is shouting in my ear, trying to have a conversation with me while I'm talking to everyone. Mad. Give us a bit of space, please, dear. Let's go down there. Let's have a look. So that was, yes, that was Little Big Shots. And there was a little boy on there called Reardon. Strange looking lad who wears a lot of makeup. And he's kind of looks halfway between a girl and a boy. That's how he looked on there. Nothing wrong with that. That's how it is. You know, everyone should want to be themselves. Doesn't matter to me. Whatever anyone wants to be, that's fine by me. You know, here I am, gay man. Don't care what anyone thinks. Don't care. And neither should the little boy. And he looked quite good. Very unusual look he had. And the makeup was perfect. He does makeup and all this. And Dawn French was saying, I have a makeup artist and she's very good and she's been with me for 20 years. But your makeup is so good that I would willingly drop her tomorrow if you wanted to do my makeup. She's so warm. So warm, don't you think, Dawn French? If only everyone on the television was like that. Can I just open my window? I'm getting very hot in here now. 1 moment. We're getting very hot. See, not only am I looking hot this morning, I'm getting hot as well, boys and girls. And this boy called Reardon started singing. What a voice. What a fantastic voice this little boy had. He was really good. Now, I've only seen the first song he did. Now, what was it? I can't remember now. Was it This Is the Moment, Jekyll and Hyde? Was it that one? This is the moment. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Anyway, he was fantastic and really well spoken. I think he was about 12 or 14 years old. This boy, very, very good. So I shall watch the rest of that at some point. The programme's called Little Big Shots. It's on ITV Sunday nights, about 8 o'clock, something like that, okay? So that's that. Today, I've got to go and get something from town for Ronny for his birthday, because it's his birthday today. I shall wish him happy birthday at the end of the show, like we usually do off. I've got a night off next Saturday. This Saturday coming, I'm off. And the reason I'm off is because the artist, who will remain nameless, is constantly, every single time, they turn up late. And it makes me late, and the staff late, and the customers start moaning at me. But you said they were on at 10:30, and I've had enough of it. I've had enough of it. Four or five times I've worked with this person, and they're not late 5 minutes. No, dear. No, half hour, 45 minutes, an hour late. Now, I finish at 12 o'clock on a Saturday. If someone's coming on the stage at 11:30, I'm not going home at 12. And I've had enough of it, so I'm not doing Saturdays. I've asked not to do the Saturdays with this particular unnamed person. Not going to do it anymore because that's just not fair. It's rude and it's no consideration for anyone else who works there or anyone else who's come to see you. You know, it's rude. It's bloody rude for an artist to be late on the stage. Rihanna does it, doesn't she? I don't care how big you are. I don't care how much money you have in the bank or how big the stage is or how many thousands of people have turned up to see you. If you're late for a gig, you are rude. And no thought about the people who have come to see you or the people that work with you. So I don't want to work with these people anymore. So I'm not doing this Saturday or any other Saturday when this particular person is on, because I'm sick to death of people being late. It does my head in. I came from a work background of British Telecom, you see, and probably that's something to do with it, because the worst thing you could be at British Telecom was late. You got like, if your start time was like 8 o'clock, at 3 minutes past 8, the book where you signed in, there would be a red line. And if your name went under that red line more than 3 times, you were in serious trouble. Oh, yes, dear. Used to get come and see the supervisor and everything like that. Awful, dear. Awful. Andy says, Michael Laval, who plays Kevin in Coronation Street, saw him on the Norfolk Broads once, and I looked at him and he stuck 2 fingers up at us. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? That's nice, isn't it? It's not necessary. Not necessary. Steve Harley hosts the American version of Little Big Shots, which has also been shown by ITV. Not seen that one, Tim. Let's have a look there. Okay. Angela says, how can someone have such bad luck? Brian, aneurysm 10 years ago, kidney stones, gallstones, and heart attack now. That's what poor Angela's going through at the moment. She's had it all, darling, haven't you, Angela? But you've got to keep smiling. Got to keep smiling. Tim was at karaoke and David Grant. Oh, yes, of course. Could it be I'm falling in love with Jackie Graham? Big hit in the 80s. I saw them at the BBC Radio London Soul Night Out back in the 80s. I think it was at the Hammersmith Palais on that particular occasion, and they were on there. David Grant, the guy who did, here we are, Could It Be Falling in Love with Jackie Graham? 1985 it was. Went on stage, chatted to him for about 10 minutes after his performance. Yes, David Grant, excellent. Hello to Tony Lee Walsh. Welcome to the show, Tony. Can I ring Skype now or later? No, Skype isn't open today. We don't have the phone lines open all the time, Angela. Only when there's time, and there isn't time on a Monday, I'm afraid, my darling. Usually they're almost always open if I do a nighttime show, not always doing the daytime, okay? Hello to Maybrook and Pasibro. Greetings to you. Welcome to you as well. There we are. And good morning to nephew Gary Butler, who is now 34 years old. It was his birthday it was either yesterday or Saturday. What day was it? What do you mean, call me back? Call me back, Super. I don't call anyone back, dear. You get that sometimes, don't you? People send you a text. Can you call me? Well, can't you pick the phone up and call me? I don't get that. Do you? People do that. 33. He was 33 yesterday. Happy birthday, Gary, for yesterday, wasn't it? Was it yesterday or the day before? I can't remember. But you do get that. Texts. Call me. Sorry? Why can't you call me? What's all that about? Call me. I don't know. Gang, we've got the music and chat show coming up at 10. I'm not going yet, don't worry. Got the music and chat show coming up at 10 o'clock, reachonair.com. I can take 6 requests. So if you've got... Sorry, Gary. If you've got a request, I can take 6 requests. Now, I play music from all time. I do like it to be known music, okay? So if there's anything you want from the 50s right up to today, then shove it through now, and I'll try and, if I've got it, I'll play it on my show between 10 and 11 at reachonair.com. So time to send your requests in, and then I can sort that out, all right? I need 5 songs. Not all for... You only get 1 each, dear. You only get 1 each. You get nothing for a pair, not in this game. 1 song each. So send them through now, and I'll sort those. Thank you, Claire. Bannerman, Blue Mink. Right. Blue Mink. That's for Claire. Let's have a look. Is that for you, Dad? Is he listening or not? If so, give me his name and I'll do that for you, okay? So Claire L's got Bannerman, Blue Mink. Any more? Chirpy, chirpy, cheap, cheap. Thank you, Gustav. An excellent choice. Chirpy, that's 2. That's Andy. Ray Reynolds, Lay All Your Love on Me. Yeah, excellent song, Ray. Because of course ABBA, they've got 2 new songs coming out at Christmas, haven't they? I can't wait. I wonder what it'll sound like. Would they have modernised themselves? Would they have changed the sound, keeping up with today's music? Like, is it Siglata, something like that? Lay All Your Love. Thank you, Ray. 1, 2, 3. Catch a Falling Star. Who's that by, Adrian? Catch a Falling Star. Catch a Falling Star. Who's that by, Adrian? I don't know that one. Sigala. That's the one, Tim. Sigala. That's it. Yes. Catch a Falling Star. Who's that by? Catch a Falling Star. Is it Perry Como? Okay. Perry Como. One more. Who's going to get it? Okay. Our dad died 3 years ago. Well, that doesn't matter. We can still... Well, it doesn't matter, of course. It's a stupid thing to say. That does matter. What's his name, though? We can still play it for him, Claire. You know he's probably listening up there somewhere. One more song, boys and girls. One more. Who's going to get the last one? 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got some lined up already. We've got the Manilow Magic. We've got Manilow Magic. I've got a bit of classical. I'm replaying the bit of classical I played 2 weeks ago because we cut it off too early, didn't we? Do you remember that? So we've got a bit of classical there. We've got Manilow Moment. I've got what do you call it? A ballad at the end. And Tim, that's it, Tim. Dreaming Cliff Richard, lovely. Dreaming by Cliffy Baby. He's not a favourite of the BBC at the moment, is he, Cliff Richard? Thank you very much. Thomas Patrick. Okay, Thomas. Lovely. Thomas Patrick. Right, so I'm sure all those are in there, actually. I'll sort those out for you in the Music and Chat show at 10 o'clock. Reachonair.com in about 25 minutes' time or so, okay? I've got some other stuff to do today. I went up to my mate's house yesterday. Of course, I've got the Slimming World weigh-in tomorrow, and I've been very careful since I've been on holiday. Oh, my God, I had 5 of the biggest ice creams you could ever see on holiday while I was away. So I know I've put a bit of weight on, and I've been very good the whole week, and it's been gradually coming back down. This morning I weighed myself, and it said 12 stone 1.2. Now, if I can get that tomorrow, when I go to Slimming World, I'll be very happy. I have found... I shouldn't really tell you this, boys and girls, especially if you're on the Slimming World. I shouldn't really be telling you this, but I have... I think there's someone listening at the door. I have found a little cheat for Slimming World. If you don't think you've done particularly well, okay, get up on your Slimming World day and don't eat or drink anything before the weigh-in. It makes a huge difference. Huge. And wear light clothes. Girls, no knickers. If you're going for a Slimming World weigh-in and you don't think you've done particularly well this week, no knickers. No socks. Okay? That's a little bit of a cheat there. I shouldn't really have told you that. But I've noticed you weigh yourself first thing in the morning, right? Then weigh yourself after breakfast and throughout the day, and gradually the weight creeps up. When you go to bed at night and you wake up 8 hours later, most of it's gone again. How strange is that? I didn't know that, but there's a little cheat for you, okay? So if you really think you haven't done too well, first thing in the morning, get up and weigh yourself. If it's okay, don't eat anything, don't drink anything, and go to Slimming World and have your weigh in then, okay? That's it. I may have to do that tomorrow this week. Okay, I might have to do that tomorrow this week. Good morning to Mark Wake. Welcome along from Gran Canaria. Are you over there? Oh, I bet it's lovely over there. It's cold here at the moment. Although I gather by the end of the week we'll be back up to about 60 degrees or so. That's Fahrenheit, of course. We don't do centigrade here, darling. This is the UK. We're on Fahrenheit here, not centigrade. Thank you. Take some laxatives. Now, that don't always work, you see. The trouble is, because they take a while to... mustn't take laxatives. Good morning to Colin, who's very concerned. He's about to reach 70 years old, aren't you, Colin? I saw your little post the other night. I love it. Okay, so I was at my mate's house yesterday afternoon after lunch, and he said, "I've got a little bit of chocolate for you." And for let's see, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So for 3 days, I've been really good. Had eaten less calories than I really need, and then he gives me this half a bar of chocolate, dear. You know. I mean, I must admit, I bought it myself. It's his other half's chocolate. I bought his other half this great big penguin chocolate from Hotel Chocolat for Christmas. And ever since then, I've been picking bits off it. I must get him another bar next year. Oh, it's delicious. Delicious. So I had this piece of chocolate. Of course, immediately you've finished eating it, you feel bad, don't you? Eh? But never mind. So I'm hopeful tomorrow. I would like to be tomorrow about 12 stone 1.5 pounds, because my weight it has been creeping up recently because I've been doing treats. I've been doing treats, afternoon teas, things like that, you see. I've been doing treats, and it has been creeping up a little bit. And it's so easy, you know. Remember, a £0.5 increase every week. Well, times that, if you was to do that every week for a year, times that by 52. That's a lot of weight. That's a lot of... I'm morbidly obese here. Morbidly obese. Thank you. Adrian, it's reachonair.com. Have a look at my Facebook page. Look at the cover photo at the top. It'll tell you where it is, okay? Reachonair.com. Just hit on there. So I went up there. We watched Dynasty, because we love Dynasty, on Netflix. Terrible acting, but hilarious one-liners in that. Absolutely hilarious one-liner. And I know I go on and on about it. You've got to watch Dynasty on Netflix. Watch a couple of episodes and then you'll be into it and you'll see how bad it is. But also, in the same breath, how funny it is. I'd love to meet the actress who plays Fallon Carrington. And who's the gay bloke? Sammy Jo. Oh my God, the looks, dear. He's got looks to die for. I don't know what he's doing. Getting married to Stephen, dear. He's absolutely gorgeous. Sammy Jo. I think he's Puerto Rican. Puerto Rican, I think it is. He's absolutely stunning, that boy. John says you should never feel guilty for eating some chocolate. I have a Mars bar nearly every day. A Mars a day helps you work, rest and play. Doesn't it, Adrian? Yes, we know that one. Came back from my mate's house. Well, of course, you know we've got a car parking problem down my road here. It's horrendous. Horrendous. Someone has parked so close and over my bit where the garage is. I've had to go part round. I just about got through the gap. Just about got through this gap. Had to go along past other cars, then come back and reverse there, come back that way, and then I've just about managed to get around. No consideration for people at all. These people who park. Absolutely horrendous. Anyway, that was my day yesterday. Okay, do today's birthdays, boys and girls. Then I've got to go and get ready for the music and chat show and get the music ready. First of all, happy birthday to my best mate, Ronny, who today is 45 years old. And I've got a nice present. I hope he likes it. I'm very nervous about giving him this present. It's unusual. That's all I would say. I can't tell you what it is, not until tomorrow. Not until at least he's got it. So that's got to be sorted. Happy birthday, Ronny, 45 today. Happy birthday to Brandon Schmidt, who is 23 years old today. Happy birthday, Brandon. Alex Reardon, same name as me. How lucky are we to have the Reardon name? I'm the last Reardon, though. I'm the last one. There isn't one after me. That's sad, isn't it? I think that's sad. Can someone please take on my name? Thank you. Alex Reardon today is 21 years old. Happy birthday, Alex. Bernard J. Lynch, Father Bernard. Happy birthday to you. A religious man. Happy birthday, Father Bernard. I played the organ yesterday at church. Yes. Nice hymns. Finished with Praise My Soul, the King of Heaven. Very rousing. We like that one. Happy birthday to Penny Taylor, 44 years old today. And happy birthday to Jeremy Hughes, who is 47 years old today. Have a nice birthday, everyone. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Ronny, Brandon, Alex, Bernard, Penny and Jeremy. Happy birthday to you. Enjoy your day for your birthdays, boys and girls. Don't forget, it's karaoke tonight. Join us at Central Station from 8 o'clock for karaoke and fun tonight with yours truly, boys and girls. Starts at 8 o'clock, finishes at 11:30, and there's cheap drinks as well. Karaoke every Monday night. That's tonight at Central Station Bar, 37 Wharfdale Road, London, in King's Cross. Thanks ever so much for joining us, boys and girls. I'll have another little chat with you tomorrow. Probably be tomorrow evening, okay? Probably tomorrow evening, unless I get up early again, in which case I can knock one out I can knock one out before I go to Slimming World. Have a nice day, and I'll see you again very soon. Don't forget, join me for my music and chat show starting in about 15 minutes. Reachonair.com. Have a little click on there now. I don't know what's on before me, actually. It's very clever. All automatic. I get this countdown thing in front of me, and it's all live, incidentally, as well. It is live. Okay, so music and chat show, the Chris Reardon Show at 10 o'clock, reachonair.com. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.